So up until now, we have talked mostly about using exponents that are whole numbers, okay, integers. We've talked about positive and negative, but what we're going to talk about now is exponents that are fractions, okay? And don't be scared, they behave just the same as everything else, but I just kind of draw some comparisons as to things we already know. Okay, so up on the board I have a couple problems. We have 5 squared to the 4th. We know that when we take a power to a power, we multiply our exponents. So this just becomes 5 to the 8th. Okay, square root of 7 squared. When we have a square root and we square it, they cancel out, and this just leaves us with whatever's in the inside, which is 7. Okay, another example, this one is incorporating that 1/2. I don't know if you can see it, it's a little bit small, but this is just 7 to the 1/2 squared. Okay, when we take a power to a power, just like we did up here, we multiply our exponents. So this just turns into 7 to the 1/2 times 2. 1/2 times 2 is the first. So this is just 7 to the 1st, which is 7 as well. Okay, so what does that tell us? We took something and squared it, and we got 7. And we took something and squared it, and we got 7. So what that tells us is they're either equal and opposite, like 4 and -4, or they're the same thing. Okay, there's no negative signs here. So what this really tells us is we have the square root of 7 is equal to 7 to the 1/2. Okay? What we can do with this is actually make some generalizations. Okay? We have the nth root of b. Okay? What we know is that over here, it was the square root. Remember there's a little invisible 2 in front of a square root. That is our root. Okay? And that same number actually ended up in the denominator over here. So what that tells us about over this is that this is the same thing as b to the 1 over n. Okay? The root is what goes into the denominator of a fractional exponent. Okay? Same idea here. This is then a to the m, and the nth root is just a 1 over n. Power to power we multiply. This turns into a to the m over n. And basically the way that I remember this, okay, is power over root. Okay? Our power is m in this case. Our root is n, so we end up with m over n, power over root. So dealing with fractional exponents, okay, and how they tie together with square roots.